Long, long ago, in a faraway land, was a land known to no one, no life force, no anything, until 4 people on a quest for knowledge and wisdom of who they are and what their life meant, decided to make that land their home.
This land is really spacious, and I think we should build on this land. What do y'all think?
I think that this is a good place to build a home too.
I totally agree. We have a lot of land to work with.
Looks like we found our home.
The 4 on this quest names were Germaine and Ashley Star, along with Gary and Kayla Hermit, that were all recently married while carrying only everything they own on their backs. They were from a very sacred land. This sacred land was called the Sacred Land of Harts. They all wanted to know what it was like to live a life outside of that land. So they built a small town in that unknown land that they all called the Land of Taroc. Germaine and Ashley started a family and built from the ground up with what little they had for resources. The land was quite big, but because it was so few of them, they only utilized a small portion of that space. Dreaming of the day they could grow it into a place everyone wanted to live. The family of 2 grew to a family of 7, with Germaine and Ashley having 5 boys: Aries, Taurus, Leo, Pluto, and Uranus. All the boys had different responsibilities, with Aries being the most responsible one, since he was the oldest. The parents, Germaine and Ashley, were very curious people and discovered that during their quest for knowledge that they were from a specific soul family. They were the most caring people and loved their home and family deeply. They were also very generous with other lands, with the limited resources they had. They learned of their soul path right before discovering the land of Taroc from their former teacher Archangel Michael, who was a spiritual being and their guardian as a group, but Ariel had her own personal guardian angel and guide, because she never got her bigger wings and she needed more assistance on this part of her journey. Archangel Michael approached them right before they discovered the land of Taroc to inform them of who they are and what they were chosen to do and why, and also to remind them of their assignment.
I'm sure you noticed a pattern growing up with your classmates. You all were purposely grouped together because you are from the same soul family. Soul family
6. You were all created, and the land you are about to discover will be rich and bring great things.
Your land will become a great nation, and well respected.
Remember, you all are angels, and the longer you are in human form, the more you are challenged. Start a family and nurture them. You were meant to do so.
Right after they took on human form, Priest Most High married them as couples, and they took human names instead of using the names they were created with. Except Germaine, he kept his name and spelled it different. Germaine and Ashley, giving up their names as Saint Germain and Ariel until their assignment ends, did just that. They started and raised a family of boys. Aries, the oldest son, had a heart full of passion, was fearless, and a natural-born leader. Taurus loved finer things and beauty, but was very practical and dependable when you needed him to be. Leo was fierce and confident, like his brother Aries, but loved living his life to the fullest instead of just living and being in charge at home. Uranus was the thinker and innovator of the family, always thinking of a more simpler way to do things for the benefit of self and others. And Pluto was the mysterious child and the youngest. He's very compassionate and empathetic towards others despite the mystery. In another city, in the land of Taroc, was another family from the same soul family. The family had 5 girls, the same age as Aries, Taurus, Leo, Uranus, and Pluto. They had 5 girls and their names were Sag, April, August, Venus, and June. Their parents were Gary and Kayla Hermit. They were very quiet souls and also good friends from the Sacred Land of Harts and from the same soul family. They were also married the same day as Germaine and Ashley Star on their quest. They often visited in each family's town to help their children grow and evolve from one another. The parents of each family learned from each other as well, and the families became closer. Since there were more families migrating from the Sacred Land of Harts from Soul Family 6, they all migrated to the land of Taroc to be with their soul group. There were also other lands among them that had other soul families migrate, but they lived different from Soul Family 6, but sacred just the same. One night while everyone was asleep, Ashley received a message to prepare her family for great destruction to come across the land in waves from an angelic being.
This destruction will happen in series over time. Prepare your family and the town for it as much as possible and as soon as possible.
During the same time, Aries and Sag were courting and he asked for her hand in marriage, and she happily replied,
Yes, yes, I'll marry you!
Ashley held off on telling her boys right away what happened because of Aries' great news to wed, but she shared the news with Germaine.
I had a celestial being come to me before I fell asleep last night. I was told that there would be a great destruction to our land over time. We should prepare.
Prepare.
What? We can't share this information yet, but we'll prepare like a drill without getting people worked up.
I agree.
And they planned accordingly without revealing a lot to the boys about what was going to happen in an unknown time. Because there were so many people in the land now, a certain order and laws had to be put in place, especially with the news Ashley received from the angelic being. After the wedding ceremony for Aries and Sag, another ceremony took place, crowning them the Emperor and Empress of the land that will be the authority figures in control of people out of order and lay down the law in the land of Taroc. Ashley and Germaine passed their crowns to their oldest son Aries and his new wife Sag. Later that year, Taurus asked April to marry him, and she happily said,
Yes, yes, I will marry you. I love you.
They had been courting as long as Aries and Sag and loved one another very much, so within the week, they too were married and crowned to the own town in the land of Taroc called the Land of Coins, where they created the life they wanted, but still preparing for a destruction that wasn't visible to the naked eye, and one they still weren't told about in full. The town of Coins was filled with items created by citizens that were considered luxury items, with Taurus and his new wife, April, overseeing what comes in and out of that town and what could be sold there. Anyone that was anyone wanted to live in the Land of Coins. Lady Ashley and Lord Germaine, along with Lady Kayla and Lord Gary, with Aries and wife Sag, lived in this prestigious living establishment. Uranus was responsible for how everything was built concerning all construction in every town. Many lived in his town as well because he had such a brilliant mind. Although Lady Ashley and Lord Germaine gave up their crowns, they still are the most powerful in the land, and work in secret with Archangel Michael, their childhood teacher, to ensure everyone's safety, including the Emperor and Empress. Lady Ashley cloaked all the wardrobes of her family and their crowns to protect them from dark entities without them even knowing it. Although the Emperor and Empress have gifts, their gifts are intensified with the cloak of Lady Ashley. She especially wanted to keep an eye on her son Taurus because he oftentimes got distracted by money and greed, and dark entities look for a way in that way.
Son, be careful with your obsession with money and material goods. The line can get thin and dark forces can find their way.
You know it's going to be okay, my son.
Ma! I don't have an obsession! Trust me! I do what I do for our family and the good of our land! That's it!
All right, son. I trust you.
Lady Ashley decided to cloak the entire land of Taroc with her magic to cover the entire land and her family. Lord Germaine was ordered by Archangel Michael to go undercover to other towns and cities to investigate their behaviors, to see if dark entities had come into those cities as an unknown citizen or taken over the bodies of citizens. Lady Ashley made him appear as a citizen, and Lord Germaine took the sword made by his son to detect darkness in the land by any man, animal, or thing. Because Lady Ashley could see and have visions through any mirror or reflection, she was able to track Lord Germaine. Plus, she could be in many places at once with her teleportation. She often used owls to keep watch and report to her a threat or danger in the land. One particular night, in the town of Coins, an unknown figure or dark entity appeared in Lady Ashley's vision, and before it could find a source or body to hide in, she destroyed it immediately. She never told her family she received a message directly from an angelic being, other than to Lord Germaine, that there would actually be a destruction from dark entities. She only shared to always
Be ready for anything!
And stay alert.